I got a friend who's half Portuguese and half Jewish. He's a janitor, but he owns the building. Portuguese moms and grandmas are notorious gossip tellers. When I was traveling around Europe, a gypsy fortune teller once asked me, "For $20 I can see your life in the palm of your hands." I replied, "That's total robbery. My mom goes to the hairdressers in my neighborhood back home, and for $10 she tells her about everyone's life." A doctor and his wife were having a big argument at breakfast. He shouted at her, "You weren't so good in bed either." Then he stormed off to work. By mid-morning, he decided he'd better make amends, and so he called home. "What took you so long to answer?" he asked. "I was in bed," she replied. "What were you doing in bed this late?" "Getting a second opinion." "I ate a Portuguese tart today and got mess all over my face. Still, she enjoyed it and said obrigado afterwards." "Hey, did you see the guy wearing a turban doing tricks in the skate park?" "Dude, it was sick." "Why aren't there any ducks in Portugal?" "Because they're all Portuguese." I could always tell when my mom was getting into serious gossip on the phone when I was growing up, because she keeps saying, "Não digas." You know you're Portuguese when people ask you why you're yelling, but that's just how you talk naturally. I bought a racehorse today. I called him My Face. I don't really care if he wins or not. I just want to hear a whole bunch of rich white dudes shouting, "Come on, My Face!" Now, how is a push-up bra like a bag of potato chips? As soon as you open it, you realize it's half empty. What did the O say to the Q? "Dude, your pecker's hanging out." A cop on a horse says to a little girl on a bike, "Did Santa get you that?" "Yes," replies the little girl. "Well, tell him to put a reflector light on it for next year," and he fines the little girl $5. The little girl looks up at the cop and says, "Nice horse you got there. Did Santa bring you that?" The cop chuckles. He sure did." "Well," says the little girl, "next year, tell Santa that the dick goes under the horse, not on top of it." I once lived just a stone's throw away from a family who all died of mysterious head injuries. The word peanut perfectly encapsulates two basic functions of the penis. Why is Santa Claus always so happy? Because he knows where all the bad girls live. A wife walked in on her husband watching a porn channel, so he quickly turned the TV to a fishing channel. On her way out, she said, "You should probably just stay on the porn channel. You already know how to fish." I don't always like to tell dwarf jokes, but when I do, I like to keep them short. I saw a dwarf scaling down a prison wall. I thought to myself, that's a little condescending. I ran into a dwarf and he said, "Well, I'm not happy." And I said, "Well, then which one are you?" My black friend told me to stop making racist jokes. I told him to lighten up. There is a huge difference between a man and a woman saying, "I went through a whole box of tissues watching that movie." Two old-timers sitting on a bench. One turns to the other and says, "My butt fell asleep." The other guy says, "Yep, I heard it snore a couple of times."